A full-scale rebellion is brewing behind the scenes at Marvel Studios. What began as a salary dispute has erupted into a high-profile standoff between some of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's, MCU, most beloved stars and Disney's top leadership, including CEO Bob Iger. Jeremy Renner's explosive rejection of Disney's insult offer for Hawkeye Season 2 is just the beginning. "I'm like, wow, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money," Renner said, voicing a frustration that resonates with many in Hollywood. Other MCU stars are joining the revolution, publicly condemning Iger's leadership and the studio's cost-cutting measures. "There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic," one actor noted. "The shocking secret meetings, career-ending threats, and the 3 A-list stars ready to walk away forever. This is the Marvel Civil War they don't want you to know about." On New Year's Day 2023, Jeremy Renner's life changed forever. While helping his nephew near his Nevada home, Renner was run over by a 7-ton piston bully snow groomer. The accident left him with over 30 broken bones, a collapsed lung, and injuries that required multiple titanium implants. "I chose to survive," Renner told ABC's Diane Sawyer in his first interview after the accident. "I've lost a lot of flesh and bone in this experience, but I've been refueled and refilled with love and titanium." Renner's recovery was grueling and public. He kept fans updated through social media, sharing the physical and emotional toll of his injuries. His memoir, My Next Breath, released in April 2024, detailed his journey through pain, rehabilitation, and the will to return to acting. In May 2025, Renner revealed during an interview on the high-performance app that Disney had offered him only half of his previous salary for a potential second season of the Disney Plus series Hawkeye. The timing of the offer, coming after his near-fatal accident, struck many as especially callous. "I'm sorry, why did you think I'm only half the Jeremy? Because I got run over? Maybe that's why you want to pay me half?" Renner remarked, highlighting the personal sting of the proposal. Renner emphasized that the issue was with Disney's accountants, not Marvel's creative team. "This is not Marvel, mind you. This is just Disney. Not even really Disney, it's just the penny pinchers, the accountants," he clarified. The offer, which demanded an 8-month commitment and more work for less pay, left Renner no choice but to decline. Renner's revelation sparked an outpouring of support from fans and industry insiders. Social media erupted with criticism of Disney, with many calling the offer disrespectful and urging the studio to pay that man his money. Fans noted that after everything Renner endured to recover, he deserved more recognition, not less. The controversy also reignited debates about how legacy actors are treated in the era of streaming and shifting business models. When the MCU launched with Iron Man in 2008, Marvel's approach to actor contracts was revolutionary and controversial. Stars like Samuel L. Jackson and Sebastian Stan signed 9 movie deals, while Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth agreed to 6 movie contracts. These lengthy agreements ensured continuity, but often locked actors into years of work at rates that didn't always reflect the franchise's explosive growth. As the MCU's box office soared, so did tensions over pay. Terrence Howard, who played James Rhodes in Iron Man, was initially paid more than Downey Jr., reflecting his star power at the time. But after the film's success, Howard's compensation was slashed, leading to his departure and replacement by Don Cheadle. Howard has since spoken openly about the financial reasons behind his exit, setting a precedent for future disputes. The success of The Avengers in 2012, which grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide, brought new scrutiny to Marvel's pay practices. Actors like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, who had signed ungenerous contracts early on, found themselves in contentious negotiations for future appearances. Marvel reportedly offered to triple Hemsworth's contract, but only after the AOE franchise's value was clear. Robert Downey Jr., having negotiated a percentage of profits, became the highest-paid MCU actor, earning around $75 million for Avengers: Endgame. In contrast, Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson earned about $20 million each, while Chadwick Boseman reportedly received $2 million for Black Panther, a film that grossed over $1.3 billion. Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit against Disney over the release of Black Widow marked a turning point. Johansson claimed that Disney's decision to release the film simultaneously in theaters and on Disney Plus reduced her box office-based compensation. The suit was settled for an estimated $40 million, but it highlighted the growing tension between talent and studios in the streaming age. Marvel's recent shift to shorter contracts reflects a new strategy. Stars like Brie Larson, Benedict Cumberbatch, Simu Liu, and Oscar Isaac now sign deals for just 1 or 2 projects at a time, giving them more negotiating power but also increasing the risk of pay disputes. This approach is part of a broader move to focus on the Marvel brand rather than individual actors, but it has led to lower salaries for newer stars and increased uncertainty about the future of the franchise. Bob Iger, who returned as Disney CEO in 2022, has been a transformative figure. Under his leadership, Disney acquired Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 21st Century Fox, cementing its dominance in entertainment. Iger's focus on profitability and efficiency has driven much of Disney's recent strategy, including the push for cost-cutting at Marvel. Iger has not shied away from making tough decisions, including firing Marvel executives like Ike Perlmutter and Victoria Alonso. Perlmutter, who sold Marvel Studios to Disney, was known for clashing with Kevin Feige and resisting diversity in Marvel films. Iger's decision to remove him was framed as a move toward more efficient leadership and a healthier creative environment. Marvel's labor issues extend beyond actors. VFX workers at Marvel and Disney recently ratified their first union contract after years of grueling conditions, including 64-hour work weeks and widespread burnout. The 2023 writers and actors strikes further highlighted the industry's labor tensions, with many Marvel stars joining picket lines and criticizing Disney's leadership. Tatiana Maslany, She-Hulk, and Sean Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, publicly condemned Iger for being out of touch and pointed to the massive pay gap between executives and workers. Iman Vellani, The Marvels, distanced herself from the studio's box office disappointments, placing responsibility squarely on Iger's shoulders. The rise of Disney Plus has fundamentally altered the economics of Hollywood. Streaming has disrupted traditional revenue streams, making it harder for actors to negotiate back-end deals based on box office performance. This shift has fueled many of the recent pay disputes, as studios seek to control costs while actors demand compensation that reflects their value in a new media landscape. The 2023 writers and actors strikes were watershed moments for Hollywood. For the first time, VFX workers, writers, and actors united to demand better pay, working conditions, and protections against AI. The strikes brought production to a halt and forced studios like Disney to the negotiating table. New contracts addressed many union concerns, but lingering resentment remains. Marvel's own legal history is filled with drama. In 2008, billionaire Ronald Perelman agreed to pay $80 million to settle a lawsuit over allegations that he and other Marvel directors diverted hundreds of millions in company funds before Marvel's 1996 bankruptcy. The case, which took years to resolve, underscored the financial stakes and corporate intrigue that have long shaped Marvel's fortunes. Marvel's influence extends far beyond Hollywood. The MCU has generated over $30 billion in global box office revenue, not including merchandise, theme parks, and streaming subscriptions. The franchise's success has made its stars household names and given them significant leverage in contract negotiations. But as Marvel seeks to control costs, the risk of alienating talent and fans grows. Playing a Marvel superhero is not just a job, it's a physical and emotional gauntlet. John Malkovich, set to appear in the Fantastic Four: First Steps, 2025, revealed he had turned down Marvel roles for years due to the demanding nature of the work. "If you're going to hang from a crane in front of a green screen for 6 months, pay me," he said, echoing the sentiments of many actors. Renner's own experience underscores the risks. His accident and recovery were not just personal challenges. They were public events that shaped his relationship with Marvel and Disney. The expectation that he would return to work for less pay, after such trauma, struck many as emblematic of the industry's disregard for the well-being of its stars. Actors like Renner are not just employees, they are icons to millions of fans. The pressure to deliver, both on screen and off, can be immense. Social media amplifies every decision, turning private negotiations into public spectacles. The backlash against Disney over Renner's pay dispute is a testament to the power of fan communities to influence corporate behavior. If Renner walks away from the role of Hawkeye, the most likely successor is Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop. The Hawkeye series has already established her as Clint Barton's protégé, setting the stage for a seamless transition. This mirrors Marvel's broader strategy of introducing younger heroes and passing iconic mantles, as seen with Anthony Mackie taking over as Captain America. Renner's departure would be a significant loss for the MCU. His portrayal of Clint Barton has provided emotional depth and relatability, contrasting with the franchise's more fantastical elements. The chemistry he brings to the Avengers ensemble is not easily replaced. Marvel's challenge is to honor its legacy while embracing new talent and stories, a delicate balance in an era of public labor disputes and shifting fan loyalties. Despite the standoff over Hawkeye Season 2, Renner has hinted at a possible return in Avengers Doomsday, scheduled for release in 2026. Production has already begun, and fans remain hopeful that bridges can be rebuilt. The outcome of this dispute will shape not only the future of Hawkeye, but also the broader trajectory of the MCU. The recent unionization of VFX workers at Marvel and Disney is a sign of changing times. As more Hollywood workers organize for better pay and conditions, studios will be forced to reckon with the true cost of blockbuster entertainment. Bob Iger's return to Disney was meant to restore stability and creativity, but his handling of labor disputes and pay negotiations has exposed deep rifts within the company. The challenge for Disney, and for Hollywood at large, is to find a sustainable balance between profit and fairness, creativity and control. Ultimately, the fate of the MCU may rest with its fans. The passionate response to Renner's situation shows that audiences care not just about the stories on screen, but also about the people who bring them to life. Studios ignore this at their peril. The Marvel Civil War is about more than money. It's about respect, recognition, and the future of storytelling in a changing world. Jeremy Renner's stand has shone a spotlight on issues that have simmered beneath the surface for years. As Marvel and Disney navigate this new era, the choices they make will reverberate far beyond Hollywood. Will the studio learn from its past and forge a new path forward? Or will the cost of doing business continue to drive its brightest stars away? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the battle for fairness in the MCU is far from over. What do you think about the Avengers creators taking a stand against Disney? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more untold truths from behind the scenes, click on the cards on screen.